Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Carlo also. So basically in today's video I'll be giving tips for study group in medical school. Alright, so we find that in like every nook and cranny of medical colleges, you find this group of persons or friends coming together to study. Alright, so and then we term them study group or discussion group. So for people that use this study group, alright, I'm going to be dropping some very important tips, and then I'll be tackling some things that make study groups to fail. Okay, there are things that study groups do most of the times that might make the aim of the study group to be defeated. So in this video I'll be expounding on most of these things, and then we'll try to see how we can sort it out, right? So if you belong to a study group, or you have a study group, or probably you're a study group leader, or you're a study group member, or friends that are a study group, they need to see this video. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell so that each time I upload a new video, you'll be the first to be notified. So let's dive in straight to our discussion tonight. Alright, first of all, I'll tell you to know yourself. Very, very important. Know what really works out for you. Are you a solo reader, or do you do better when you study together? Alright, these are things that you have to search and know yourself. Socrates will always say, man, know thyself. So you really need to know yourself, know what works for you. It's just like somebody that is not nocturnal, or let me just say, it's not a night class reader going to night class. You end up going there to just do while away your time, because you are not going to assimilate. Anyway, I'm going to talk about night studies and stuff like that in subsequent videos. But now we are going to be concentrating on study groups. Alright, so I'm just basically telling you guys to know yourself, know really what works for you. Are you this solo reader? Do you prefer reading alone on your own and understanding, or you need to discuss whatever you have read with a group of persons before it will stick? Please find out, and if you find out and then you are a study group type of person, then this video is for you. Or probably you are trying to consider if you can join a study group, this video is also for you. Okay, tip number one: a study group should be made up of at least 3 persons and at most 5 persons. So the minimum number of persons in a study group should be 3, and the maximum number should be 5. Anything above this number is no longer a study group. It is a market square. Like, they're just a conglomerate of market men and women, because most of the times the study group aim might be defeated, right? So you just need at least 3 persons and at most 5 dedicated persons that will form a study group. It's just like they will tell you your family is the single unit of the society, and then it should have a limited number, right? Okay, anything more than that number is no longer a family again, probably becomes a community or something like that. So that's exactly what happens in study groups, guys. So your study group should be made up of at least 3 persons or at most 5 persons. Anything beyond that is no longer a study group. That's our first tip. Okay, the next tip I'm going to be talking about is very, very important. Is whoever that is going to be your study group must have the same vibe, energy, aspirations, dreams, and all whatnot with you. This is very important, and I know I'm stressing this thing. All right. For example, if you are this kind of person that don't like people moving hyper stuff, there is this classmate of ours that always have hyper information. God, I love those people. I don't have hyper stuffs, but I love people that move hyper stuffs. I will just calm down and pick whatever I'm going to pick whenever they are moving stuffs. And then you are this kind of person that don't like, because obviously we know people that don't like whenever anybody is moving hyper stuff. They get annoyed. I don't know the reason why they get annoyed. Please, if you are those kind of person that get annoyed when people are moving hyper stuff, you are not supposed to be in a study group where they are moving hyper stuff. Okay? So like attracts like we tell you, iron sharpens iron. You cannot be iron and someone else is wood, or in fact you are not wood and someone else is iron, and intend the iron to come and sharpen you that is wood. No, it's not going to be possible. These people have to have the same vibe, energy, aspiration, the same thinking faculty, the same goal, the same aspiration as you are. For example, there are this group of medical students that when you talk about distinctions, they'll just be like, Please, I beg. And then if you are looking for distinction, please run away from those people. Those people that will relegate your dream. Run away from them. They are not supposed to be found in your study group. Please, I'm stressing this. Look for those like minds that feel like distinctions are possible and they are working towards it. They will ginger you. I mean, they will make you, they will spoil you. They'll give you this vigor, they'll give you this enthusiasm to continue. So biko, if you are those people like that, will be like, I'm looking for 50. Go and join study group of people that are looking for 50. And if you are this person that is vibing, or you are very vibrant and you are looking for distinction, better go and look for study group that the group of persons are all eager to make distinctions. If you are looking for distinction and you are in a study group where all of them are looking forward to having 50 or more, you are wrong. Run from that study group. They will relegate you. They might even limit the information that is made available to you. They will tell you, no, I don't need to read this information. It's not necessary. And you pay heed to it. Alright? Okay, I'll tell you an instance. I know this study group in my class. So they'll be like, no, this topic was not taught. It's useless us reading it. And then I know another study group. You must read that topic. It is a standard topic that you are supposed to know, even if it's not taught. And then they are thinking faculty will always be driving at what if the external examiner asks you from that same topic? Will you tell them you are not taught? I don't know if you get my point. So these are different ways study group members reason. So you should have the same energy, they should have the same vibe, they should have the same aspiration as you are. This is very, very important. Please, if you are looking for 50, join a study group where the members are looking for 52. So you guys can be working like that. And if you are working at distinction, please, that is why you cannot find lions in the midst of, let me say, sheeps. Alright, it's not because the lion, it's basically because the lion cannot relegate itself. They are not in the same level, they don't operate in the same standard. So you should know what you want for yourself and you should press forward that. So these people are people that will spoil you. Very, very important. Same vibe, same energy, same aspiration as you are. Another thing I'm going to talk about is consistency. Very, very important. Okay, there is this popular quote I always drop on my WhatsApp status. The consistent one beats the intelligent one hands down. Yes, very, very important. In everything you are doing in medical school, consistency pays. It's very, very important. See, if you are going to be in a study group, you guys have to be very consistent. When they tell you guys that you guys are coming out to do revisions, you must come out. Very, very important. If they say you guys are coming out to solve past questions, discuss MCQs, you must always come out. You don't be like once in a while. Please, if your study group is not consistent, I think you might have a rethink. You might decide to change your study group. You cannot have those discussions today and the next time you'll be having another discussion is in the next 2 weeks. It's not a study group. Please. Another tip I'm going to be dropping for study group is that you guys have to be very consistent. Alright? You guys will be very, very, very consistent. If you guys say that you guys are reading this topic, everybody have to read it. Be consistent with it. Please. Alright? Okay, that leads us, the consistency part will now lead us to discipline. Please, if you're a study group leader, you're a study group member and all whatnot, you have to be very, very disciplined. Okay, there is a study group I also know about. You guys will just be so, why do I know about? Okay, I'll tell you guys if I have a study group or not, actually, right? So, there's a study group I know of. Okay, I was actually in the study group, and then part of why I left the study group was most of the members were not disciplined. In what aspect? You post topic, let's just say a topic a day, everybody's to read it. And towards the time you guys had to review the topic, everybody will start giving excuses. I'm so sorry, I couldn't read it. I have this thing to do, I have this other thing to do, I have to do this one, I have to do that one. The excuses kept on coming. Somehow, it will affect the pace and it will affect the general performance or output of that study group. So here you study group leader, study group member, study group secretary, and all whatnot. You guys have to be very disciplined. Inculcate discipline is very, very important. If you say that you are going to do this, please do it. If they post topic for you to read up, please read it up. Very, very important. Even if you cannot read it, try to watch videos on that topic. Very, very important. Let it be like you are being carried along. Please don't be leaving study group for some persons. They are going to review this and then you come. Please, that leads me to another tip. Study group shouldn't be one-sided. Very, very important. You know, in a study group, you start seeing this group of persons. They'll be like, Obi is going to review this one. He's very good at it. And then me, I'll just listen. Please, study group is not parasitism. Neither is it commensalism. You guys understand what I'm talking about? It's not parasitism in the sense that only one person is benefiting and the rest are. You understand? It's not commensalism also. It is mutualism. It is symbiotic. Everybody is benefiting. Nobody is losing. You understand? Even if you're not good in a particular course and you are giving it to review or you are giving it to discuss with your study group members, try as much as possible to read that topic, understand it, practice it, and then you come out. That's why it's a study group. Alright? Another tip is your study I'll be dropping for study group is cut down on frivolities. Very important. Study groups are like they can be time consuming. You understand? You might end up to come and discuss a particular topic. You find that a lot of things they are easily distracted. Yes. You find out that you now remember a match that was played, you now remember a movie that you saw, or probably an incident that just happened, and then you feel like bringing it up in a study group. No, it's normal. Study group members should always find time to have fun. But then I feel like whenever you mean business, you should mean business. Please, we will not discuss all these things until we are done. Then we can now create out that atmosphere to discuss other things and have fun for ourselves. It's very, very important. Alright, guys? So you guys should cut down on frivolities and distraction as a study group member. Okay, this is something that you guys will come together and discuss. Okay, we are going to be doing this study. We have 2 hours to discuss. So 1 hour 30 minutes, we use it solely for the reason why we came here, and then 30 minutes of frivolities. All right, because as a study group is going, somebody can chip in something, you guys will laugh, and before you know it, the discussion you guys will forget why you guys came to study together, and start talking about frivolities, and before you know it, time has gone. I know one thing is that somebody that studies that does solo reading, that studies basically on his own, can cover a lot of things because he's not distracted. But for study group members, you find out that they might be on one topic or one concept and for more than 4 hours because they keep bringing in frivolities. So the tip I'll be dropping for your study group is that you guys should cut down on frivolities. Alright, in as much as you guys will make out time to have fun as a study group members, it keeps life going. You guys enjoy yourself, you guys discuss, you guys laugh. It creates that sharing atmosphere for you to understand. But then you guys to know when you mean business. Alright, when you mean business. Alright, so call down on your another tip I will be dropping for study group members is that each member of your study group is meant to prepare adequately for every study section. Alright, that boils down to the discipline aspect I talked about earlier on. So if a topic is released for your study group members to study, every one of you is meant to study that topic. And I told you guys, if you cannot study the topic by going through your textbook or your notes, you can just see videos on that particular topic. Alright, let it not be like some group of persons will study it and some people will not study it. Somehow it has a negative impact on the study group. Alright, so you must make sure that every one of your members prepares very well, and as they are preparing, they are bringing out discussion points. Alright, what, why, you understand, how, those stuffs. You'll be like, why is this so? and why is it not so? Why do you think this happened? These are discussion points that you evaluate when you come together in your study section, alright? So as every member is studying, they are meant to be, bringing out discussion points, discussion topics, silent points as you're studying, because I might be using a different material, you understand, to prepare for your study section. And as I'm preparing, I might get some important point that I feel like, okay, these are points I need to discuss. Okay, I'll give you guys an example. That will lead us to the next point, and one advantage of study group in medical school, because study group in medical school will expose you to resources, materials, and ideas. Alright, and apart from the fact that it will consolidate your understandings of the fact that some persons have to prepare adequately for the study section, they have to take time to find out most of these things. Alright, okay, so there are many more examples that adequate preparation for study sections can pose to you. So guys, when you prepare adequately for your study section, the study group members are always at an advantage because they'll be exposed to diverse ideas, you understand, concepts, and a whole lot of things. So when you guys come together, you guys will integrate most of these ideas, alright? And then the study group continues waxing strong and strong. So each time a topic is posted, please study it. Please study it. Don't leave it for the hyperjacker in your study group. Don't leave it for Mr. A, don't leave it for Mr. B to study. All of you, from beginning to the end, from the highest to the lowest, is meant to study adequately for that very, very study section. Alright. Okay, another tip for study group is you guys should pay keen attention to calibrating knowledge and know the gap. How wide is the knowledge of a study group member from another? Yes. Okay. So you find that there is this study group member that is because it is small, you can be able to evaluate. Okay, Sister A is having issues in medical biochemistry, alright, but she knows anatomy very well because during anatomy section she's always moving stuffs, but during medical biochemistry she's just okay. Let us see how we can improve her. That is why, but if the study group is large, you might not be able to find out. Alright, that's why it is small. You will really know what is wrong with each member, and you know the need, and you know how to fill it up. Alright, so you guys should always calibrate your knowledge in your study group. Know where to come in and help your study group member. Alright, all hands are not equal. There are people that are exceptionally good in the 3 basic medical courses or whatever course you are doing. There are people that are better off in this aspect and they are not better off in the other aspect, and so the need, you understand? So you guys should always find time in your study group to evaluate knowledge and know the gap, you understand, in terms of knowledge and in terms of information in your study group. Alright, it's very, very tip for study group is you guys should always stay focused. Alright, you guys should always stay focused. You have a dream, right? Because I've seen a study group that is made up of 5 persons, and those 5 persons like aced distinctions. Yes. And funny enough, those 5 persons are all my friends. Alright, the 5 of them aced distinctions. They were focused. They were like, I don't know how to put it, but you guys should understand the point I'm driving at. Your study group, all the members in your study group should remain focused at the dream. If the dream or the goal is to pass your second MBBS, all of you should remain focused at that, because it is this focus that will keep spurring you guys to keep doing well. So your study group members should always what? Remain focused. Very, very important. Another tip I'll be dropping for study group is that, see, don't just solely depend on your study groups. Work also on yourself. You know, one of the beautiful things study group can help you is to know how far you are in a particular concept. Yes, study group helps you to know how much information do you have in a particular concept. There are times I went for a study group session and came back depressed. Yes, I came and we are moving stuffs, and I was not like, I had to think about my life, and it had to make me to do what? It had to spur me to do better. Alright, so it is very important that you work on yourself. Understand? After knowing the lapses, okay, I'll give after revision. It makes you to know how much information you have and how to work on yourself, or how to work personally on yourself. Do you get my point? You have to go back. This is very, very important. Don't solely depend on your study group, because like I told you guys, study group can be time consuming. You can see them staying up to 4 hours in one topic, whereas you reading on your own, you can cover as much as you can within the same number of hours. So what you do, utilize that fact that you have understood how much information you have in a particular concept. You have to go back and work on yourself to improve on that concept. All right, so this is very, very important. So guys, in summary, I've exhausted most of the tips for study groups in medical school at my disposal right now in this video. If there are any other ones I will be able to get, I won't hesitate to pass it across in this channel. So know that study group, in as much as it is important, it depends on how it is being utilized, understand, and how right things are being done in the study group, which I've already tried to analyze in this video. Please don't forget that 2 hairs are better than 1. Study group helps you to consolidate on most things you think you know, or most confusing concepts. You might have read something and you didn't understand it. Someone else read it and understood it better than you did, and will come up in the study group to make things clearer. And I also told you that study groups will expose you to more ideas, expose you to more materials. There might be materials that you have never seen before that another person in the study group has, and then because of the avenue of study group, these materials are brought together and then you get it. All right, so there are a lot of advantages with study group if it is done properly, and then if it's not done properly, it can also wreck you, right? It can also distract you. It can also make it unproductive. All right, guys. So guys, that will be all for this video. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and turn on your notification bell as I'll be